Take the slide pins out like this. You always want to grease these as well. So take those out. I'm gonna get those out real quick. I got the slide pins out. As you can see, they look pretty dirty. I cleaned this one. This one looks a little better. You want to get that old grease off there and grease them up. I got Napa Silverline right here. It works pretty good. You can get any kind you want. Just some kind of lubricant so they don't seize. For the next guy, I replaced mine. They're making a really bad noise. They must just be cheap brake pads. There's nothing crazy going on with them, as you can see there. So now you just put the new ones in, and we'll do that real quick. And get your brake pads out. Make sure they're the right ones. Already made sure, already did the other side. So you got your new brake pads. I went with EBC. Pretty sure it's the OEM brand, not sure, but they're still a really good brand no matter what. I'm just trying to get rid of a squeal. I ain't trying to do nothing crazy. You're gonna want to compress the piston, but you also want to keep an eye on your brake fluid and make sure it doesn't spill. I got a bunch of rags, but as you can see where it is, you want to keep an eye on it. So right here, I just take my channel off, push that piston in until it's flush, push it in, keep an eye on the brake fluid, push it in, and as you can see there, it's flush, and no brake fluid leaking out of the reservoir, which is good. So once you get that in there, you want to put your pad in. The slide pin, this little guy, goes through there, but obviously it goes into the caliper. So what I do is I go ahead and lube it up. Just want to put a little bit on there, nothing too crazy. Get that lubed up. Try not to put it on a dirty surface because the grease will just attract dirt. So I put it on the package. The pads came in. So this one. Like I said, you just want enough grease on there so they don't seize. I'm not doing no crazy racing. I mean, normal Gixxer hot rod and stuff. So if you got any suggestions for me, you can leave them in the comments. But here we go. Put the brake pads in, like so. Obviously, make sure this side is facing your rotor right here. Obviously, don't pull that rookie move or you'll ruin your rotor. I'm not replacing my rotors. Sometimes people replace them. On cars, obviously, a little different. I'd replace them every time. Maybe it's the same thing on bikes. I've never done it personally. I've never had any issues. Go right in with your slide pin. Sometimes they do get on a bind. You just don't force it in. I usually take my socket and usually have no issues, and it started just fine for me. I run it all the way in, but I don't tighten it. Same thing with the other side. Put that in. Use your Allen socket. The size is a Allen socket 5. Future reference. Get that on there. And sometimes the pads don't want to stay where you had them, so you gotta fight them a little bit. I'm definitely gonna have issues with this one getting on. We'll see. Alright, we're having issues with that coming on. So I'm gonna stick my flathead in there. And this is why I tell you not to tighten them, because if you get them on a bind, loosen them up just a bit. Put your flathead back in there. Alright, that was the first that's happened to me. I'll show you what happened here. The shim was preventing the pad to go in this original position. Got that fixed up, and now we can throw them on there. I usually put my head right there. And we're on. So now that we're on, take your bolt. Again, do not crank one down all the way, don't tighten it. Just start it. Because you want to make sure they're in these dowels right here. They're in dowels right there. You want to make sure they're in that dowel. So you don't want to tighten it down and it messes up that dowel. Alright, there we go. Now, first thing I tighten is the 12mm bolts I just ran in. You want to just snug them up, don't go too crazy, don't strip it. And then, your slide pins. Forgot I loosened them. Get that tight. Just snug it up, don't have to do nothing crazy. If you want to torque it, you can. I'm not. Get that tightened down. Take your pedal and just see how it completely has nothing in it. That's why you gotta pump them up. If you want to bleed your system, you can, but that's pretty much it for me. Everything is looking good. Now take it for a test drive and do yourself plenty of stopping distance and ride that rear brake just in case you have issues with the front. But if you did both, just give yourself plenty of stopping distance. I only did the front because I had the noise in the front here. Really bad squeaking noise. So, yep, that's the video. And that's it for the video. Thanks for coming to my channel. And have a good day and be safe out there.